Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be going through and talking about my League 2 predictions on where every team is going to finish in the League 2 table next season. It's going to be a great season. And honestly, it's really hard to predict, but we're going to try go through it today. Before we get into the video, please remember to like the video and subscribe to the channel. If we could hit 700 subscribers before the season starts, we're 20 away and we're a couple days away from the season. That would be massively appreciated. And also leave a comment on where you think your club's going to finish in the season. And if you disagree or agree with my opinions, I'm probably going to get each and every single one wrong, but we will see. But let's get into this prediction video. So in the two relegation spots, I've put Crawley Town in bottom and then Newport to come just above, but still getting relegated to the National League. Crawley, they've lost a lot of their good players. James Tilley, Naddison, I believe it is, has gone elsewhere, Gillingham, Wimbledon, and they haven't really brought in a lot of good signings, to be honest. Yeah, their signings haven't really been the best. Pre-season hasn't really been the best. I swear they lost like 9-1 to Portsmouth or something stupid like that. And I just see them going down. The same with Newport, really. I haven't been really impressed with their signings. They've always been floating in and around of the relegation spots in the last couple of seasons of League Two. And their pre-season results haven't been the best. I know you can't really count pre-season a lot as a factor of the whole upcoming season, but I believe the team's confidence is at a new low, and I think Crawley and Newport will be relegated to the National League. The top three above the relegation, I have got Harrogate to finish 22nd, Colchester to finish 21st, and Forest Green Rovers to finish 20th. Harrogate, some of their signings have actually been alright. They've brought in Matty Daly from Huddersfield, which is a very good signing. Odo from Rochdale is a very good signing. This could be massively wrong. I think a lot of Harrogate fans think that they could be higher up in the table, but I believe that they will come in 22nd. 21st, I've got Colchester. Haven't really been impressed with their signings in League Two. They've left it quite late, to be honest. Just looking at the website, this could be wrong, but they've brought in, I think 15 have they brought in, or 5, I can't tell. But yeah, their signings haven't really been the best, haven't really been impressed, and they've always been floating in and around of the relegation zone. Forest Green Rovers, I think a lot of people might be shocked about this one. I haven't really been impressed with their signings as well, and a lot of teams that have come down from League One haven't really done the best in League Two. The season after, that's with Wimbledon, Rochdale getting relegated literally straight away the season after. So I feel like they won't do as well as their fans expect. So I've got Harrogate 22nd, Colchester 21st, and Forest Green Rovers in 20th. In 19th place, I have gone with Sutton United. They haven't really had the best of pre-seasons. I think their last one, they lost to Aldershot 1-0. But they have actually brought in some decent signings. The likes of Omari Patrick from Carlisle, Scott Cashgett from Gillingham, I believe it is. And I feel like Sutton could be higher, but their team hasn't really gelled that much. They've had a lot of outgoings as well. Omar Bugle has gone to Wimbledon. Same with Josh Newville. He played decent last season for Sutton, and he's gone obviously back to Luton, and then Wimbledon have signed him, and he's been very good in pre-season. They have lost a lot of decent players as well. That's why I've got them that low. Now, in 18th, I have gone with Morecambe. This is just because they have lost Carl Stockton. Literally played a massive part in getting the majority of their goals when he was at Morecambe, and it's a massive loss. He's gone to Burton in League One, which is a good signing for Burton, 100%. And I think as coming down from League One, they won't be the best. They won't probably live up to expectations, because a lot, as I said about Forest Green Rovers, when a team comes down from the League One, they don't really do well in League Two. The first season is very hard to do well in this league. But that is why I've got them that low. And then in 17th, I've got Barrow, 16th Accrington, 15th Crewe. Again, haven't really been impressed with their signings. I don't really know much about their transfer window and pre-season. That's why I've got them this low. But I don't believe these teams will do as well. And then 14th, I've got Walsall, and 13th, Tranmere. I believe Tranmere could do a lot better. They've brought in a lot of decent players, to be honest. Christian Dennis from Carlisle is a name. He could do well, but I don't think he'll get as many goals as he did last season for Carlisle. For Tranmere, that's why I've got them in 13th. Doncaster, I've got them in 12th. I feel like they could be higher. I think a lot of Doncaster fans have high expectations for this league. They have been in this league for a couple of seasons now, and I feel like they could be a lot higher. And then Swindon, I've gone 11th. They haven't really brought in a lot of signings, to be honest with you. Pre-season has been alright for them. They could be a lot higher, but now let's move into the top 10 of my predictions. Now we move on to 10th place. I have gone with my beloved club, AFC Wimbledon, in 10th place. I think this season will be a lot better for us. We've had a very good pre-season. We've only conceded one goal, and that one goal that we did concede was against QPR. It really shouldn't have happened. It was just a misplaced pass back to the keeper, and then the player took it around the keeper and scored. So a pretty easy goal for them. We've brought in, I believe it's 10 players now, and they're very experienced in and around League One, League Two. So I feel like we will have a better season. I really hope we do. Ali Al-Hamadi's back from injury. Josh Newville's played very well in pre-season. Bugles on the score sheet. Jake Reeves, Capitano, that was announced yesterday. So I think we will have a much better season. I really hope we do, because us Wimbledon fans deserve it. In 9th place, I've gone with a little bit of a surprise package, really. Grimsby Town. I've been very impressed with their pre-season results and their transfers. There's a lot of optimistic thoughts in and around Grimsby as well, and I think they will do very well this season. They could even push for the playoffs. Some teams have shocked League Two in the past couple of seasons. A lot of fans didn't really think Leyton Orient Stevenage would get promoted last season, so that was a massive shock to the League Two last season. So I think Grimsby could be definitely up there. I think they did well last season. It's just some of I think it was their home form which really mucked them up. So yeah, I've gone in 8th place, MK. They haven't really had the best pre-season. They've brought in some decent players, but I think they will just miss out on playoffs. And then as we move into the playoffs, I've gone with Salford. Salford always seem to be in and around the playoffs, to be honest with you. And I feel like they have brought in some decent players. Pre-season's been okay. Just by the calibre of players they have. They have a lot of money behind them. So even in January, they could they could make some decent transfers as well. All depends, really. They have actually lost a decent player. I know they lost, I can't remember the name, but it feels like one of their right back. They went to Stockport County. So that would have been a massive loss as well. But I've got Salford in 7th. Now let's move on to the rest of the playoffs. Now we move on to the rest of the playoffs. In 6th place, I have gone with Mansfield. They have brought in some decent players. George Williams, Bailey Cargill, Aaron Lewis are decent. Christy Pym is also very good from Peterborough. And I think they will do well this season again, Mansfield. I think they just missed out on playoffs last season. I think it was by a goal. And I remember watching Mansfield. So they beat us twice. I think they scored 8 or 9 goals against us, and they were very good, well-compact side with some very good players. They've also kept some very good players as well, and I think they will get into the playoffs this year. In 5th place, I've gone with Notts County. Notts County could even be higher, but I have put them into the playoffs. They've brought in some amazing players. I think David McGoldrick is the one that stands out. He was probably one of the top 5 players in League One for Derby County last season. He's gone down to League Two, so he's going to absolutely smash it apart. Other signings they've brought in: Jody Jones from Oxford United and Will Randell from Sutton. Two very, very good players. I think they will do very well next season. It'll be very interesting to see how Notts County do alongside the other teams like Wrexham, Stockport. All of those teams in this league is going to be such an amazing season. But I have got Notts County in 5th place. My 4th place are Bradford City. I have put Bradford City as the playoff winners as well. I think Bradford City really deserve to go up this season. They've been floating around League Two for the last couple of seasons now, and something's gone wrong at the end of the season and they just can't get up to League One. I think this is going to be their year. They have got, obviously, Andy Cook, which scored so many goals last season, and I think he will do the same this season. They've also brought in 9 players. Alex Patterson from Harrogate is a very good player for the midfield. He controls the ball. He's very good at passing. He's got a good shot on him as well. Ash Taylor's a very good signing. And yeah, they have brought in some very good signings, a lot of loan signings as well, which is very good to see. And I think Bradford City will be my playoff winners. But let's move on to the top 3. Now we move on to the top 3. In 3rd place, I've gone with newly promoted Wrexham. It's going to be very interesting to see how they do. I know they have gone to America for their pre-season tour, and that could have faulted them a little bit, to be honest, because most clubs are playing non-league opposition and higher league opposition, and they're playing teams like Philadelphia Union second team and LA Galaxy second team. I understand it's all just commercial reasons and it brings in a lot of money, and they could use that to sign a lot of good players. But the players they got this season are still unreal. They've got Ben Foster in goal, which is still playing Football League 2. He will do very well. He did well in the National League last season. I think most Wrexham fans will remember the penalty save he had against Notts County. Obviously, Paul Mullen's injured as well, so that's going to be interesting to see how long he's out for. He will miss maybe the first month. I don't really know how it's going. But Wrexham in third. They've got some amazing players. Elliot Lee as well. You could go on forever, really. They've only brought in one signing of Will Boyle, a centre-back from Huddersfield Town. That's maybe a position they need to strengthen, but I think the players that they have already could do very well in League Two and even higher in League One. But in second place, I have gone with Gillingham. The backhand of last season from January onwards, they brought in some amazing players and did very well. Not losing a lot of games, they look very well compact and well structured team. But the players they brought in this year, just going to name a few: Scott Malone from Millwall coming down from the Championship, John Williams coming from Swindon Town, which is a very, very good signing. He's very good in the midfield. Connor Masterson, he was on loan at Gillingham last season, and now he's gone back to Gillingham on a free transfer, which is a very good signing for Gillingham. He will do well. Ashley Naddison from Crawley Town, again, another signing which is going to bang out goals and assists for Gillingham this year. This is why I've got them in second. They look very well compact. Could be absolutely wrong. They could have an awful season, but the players that they have already and the players that they brought in are very, very good. And now we move on to first place. It is Stockport County. They just missed out on promotion to League One in a penalty shootout against Carlisle last year. I did do a matchday vlog on that. If anyone wants to go watch that, you might have to scroll down a little bit on the videos, but it is there. Stockport County, I think they will come back up. They will go back to League One. The signings they've brought in have been incredible. Nick Powell from Stoke City, absolutely amazing signing. Ibo Torre from Salford, that's who I was trying to name. I think he was one of Salford's best players last season. That's a very, very good signing. They brought in Louis Barry, Jaden Richardson, which is a very good signing as well. I think they will do well. Also, the players that they have already, Sarcevic, Paddy Madden will do very well. The goalkeeper's very good at Stockport as well. So that's why I believe Stockport will go up with Gillingham and Wrexham, and then Bradford City as the playoff winners. Playoff winners could be massively different. I think Notts County could be up there as well to get playoff winners. I think it will be Bradford versus Notts County in the playoff final. That'll be an unreal final. But that is the end of the video of my predictions of the League 2 upcoming season 2023-2024. Please let me know in the comments if you agree or disagree with my opinions. It's only opinions, so it could be massively wrong, but let me know where you think other teams will come, where you think your team will come. But please remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.